Sim, you go over here. So, today I'm going to finally fulfill a channel point redeem that has been waiting for months and months. And I was told to go ahead with it, even though the person who redeemed it likely won't be able to watch it tonight. They'll catch the VOD. So, Coco Type, this one goes out to you, buddy. Not a sponsor. What are we doing today? Many of you may have seen me play Outer Wilds once upon a time. And one of the coolest parts about the game is the Nomai writing system, which is you find a Nomai translator early in the game, and as you explore, you come across several ancient writings. And today we're going to try to create a version of that in SwiftUI. So I've got my trusty GameUI Inspirations project open, which hasn't been updated in a while. I've got some uncommitted files.
Stay on target.
That's right, compile dev. That's what we're gonna do. I've got some. I don't know what's going on here. I commented out some stuff, I guess. Okay, so I have a new folder called Outer Wilds, and the folder is blue. I guess that's the new stuff. And it's not even a group. It's a folder. It's a real life folder, and it's blue now. So I just made that about 5 minutes ago before the stream started. So we're gonna make a new SwiftUI file. We're gonna call this it'll be for both targets. We're gonna call this Nomai Canvas. Wait, what? Why didn't it create an automatic SwiftUI view? It's supposed to do that. Import shared with you. What? What? What are you trying to do? Autocomplete? You're weird. New folder 1. Getting it in early. That's right. Okay, so this is struct Nomai canvas. It's a view. Our body. Some view. We're going to import shapes. So this soundtrack I've got going on in the background is actually the game, like, currently on my computer. See? Autocomplete is now universally known as auto random complete. Yeah. What's going on with my freaking... Oh. It's that side? What's going on with my backdrop? Hold on a second. Let me fix this. This will be a distraction. Nobody told me. There was like a stream I had a week ago where like I had like this vertical line the whole time. Nobody told me about it. There we go. Right as rain. Bum, 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 ba-da, ba, bum, ba-da, ba-da, bum, bum. So, I'm going to go to the museum. And we're going to go find the Nomai canvas. Just so we know what we're dealing with here. I'm trying to remember exactly where it was. It's been a while since I've played this game. Is it pantomime season? We are to shout. He's behind you. The call is coming from inside the house. I'm trying to remember. I think it's up this way. Observatory's that way. We're looking for the museum. How do I get to the museum again? Postcards from orbit. I'm trying to remember. It's been a minute. I think we're good this way. So, I've got some good news, folks. I purchased the expansion to this wonderful game, and I will eventually play the expansion. Very excited about this. This isn't it. I think it's... Oh, it's way down over there, I think. Ah, nuts. It's like a completely opposite side. Here we go. Okay. So, where's the Nomai tab? Ah, here we go. This is it. Too close to target text. All right. This is what we are creating today. There's a lot. There's a lot going on here. So, this is so fun. Okay, so for those who haven't played this game, what happens is you come across these glyphs, these spiral glyphs that are on surfaces, and you have a translator tool. And what you have to do is target it. This is like really cool looking thing here. But as you read more, other sections will show up. So it starts out, I guess it starts out here, and it makes this little spiral, and then like as you continue to search, new spirals show up. And these little squiggly lines are supposed to represent characters or maybe phonetics. And the idea is that it's a conversation between one or more authors, and one author will make a spiral, and then someone else will respond to that thought with another spiral. So this is it. This is the project. This is how all my documentation works. Nice. If only it were that simple. So as far as I know, there's no official translation key to the game. that has been released. There have been several people online who have like made like fandom representations of what they, just like recreations of it. But there isn't like, at least that I've found, that there's no like official, oh, this squiggly line means the letter A, or the vowel sound or whatever, right? So it's completely up to us to like interpret how to make our own version of this. So luckily, what I have prepped for this moment in the shapes library, I have made a spiral. And so that's what we're going to do today. So we're going to play with the spirals and figure out some way to like orient them in a fashion that resembles something like this. And I guess let's get to it, huh? I'm going to take a screenshot of this real quick. I'm going to just throw it over here. Okay. So now we're live in SwiftUI land, and we're gonna try to make something. Here's what I'm thinking. That we should oh, we can see it here. Where can I put you? I'm gonna put you somewhere. No. Oh, you're the wrong one. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm gonna put you over here so we can see it. Put it just right down there. Sound good? All right. Okay. So let's start with the Z stack. I'm thinking that we actually might consider doing a canvas for this one, a SwiftUI canvas. It might be easier to render spirals in like fixed positions, because otherwise it might be a little bit tough to do. Okay, we're gonna do a color.clear for now, and what do I have this on? Looks like this is on Mac OS. This struct is defined on WIP and may not be available in this context. Oh, did I not actually... Oh, okay. Work in progress spiral. Let's... Oh, okay. Stroke. Let's make you an iPhone, actually. What does the API look like again? I have number of turns, I have offset, I have growth rate. What did I make here? This is an Archimedean spiral shape. The shape attempts to auto-scale to fit the bounds. Oh, this is my little example here. Okay, so let's see. The shape attempts to auto-scale to fit the bounds, but it is not ideal for C values that are not 1. I've forgotten what this means. Okay, number of spiral turns can be partial. Okay, so if so I can make my number of turns be however many I want. But it seems like 1 is like probably ideal for our situation. We have an offset. What does this offset do? Okay, so this offset is the initial distance from the origin as a ratio of the frame used to draw the shape. Okay, so the offset is, this is like 10% off from the center according to the frame. Got it. Okay, this growth rate is responsible for creating the spiral shape. Again, like I made this, when did I make this? February. I made it 25th, so almost exactly 10 months ago. 10 months and a day ago, and I haven't like touched this code since. What a ridiculous project. Whose idea was this? I know, right, CocoType? Who did this? Who asked for this? We'll do our best, but we clearly aren't going to be able to do it justice. We'll do our best. What I'm thinking is, okay, I've got a bunch of different spirals that I've tried to create here. Seems like Archimedes is the only one that really works for now. So that's what we'll use. And this is available right now in the Shapes library. If you'd like to go check it out, see my GitHub. And it's under the work in progress or WIP struct because I didn't really sign off on it yet. So that's where we're at. So anyway, I've got a work in progress spiral right here, and I got to figure out a way to. I'm gonna put you. Hold on a minute. I gotta find another place to put this thing. Let's put it up here, I guess. That's fine. Didn't we decide that it was a Fibonacci spiral? Did we? You might be right. But I don't think I have one for that. I've got a Archimedes, Fermat, Hyperbolic, and Litus. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't have any other ones. I've got the general spiral equation right here. And then this is what I have so far to work with. I'm going to go with this for now because I got to figure out how I'm going to actually place these relative to one another. I guess we can get the semantics of the spiral type. Okay. So here I have got a spiral, and I say, so number of turns, if I say 2, then it's that. Definitely, I think we want to stick with 1. That's the default anyway. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try something. I'm actually thinking, I think I do want to go back to Mac OS. Yeah, that might be better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some sort of a boundary. Well, I mean, I guess I can just make that a border. Can you border color dot blue for now. And right now what happens is the spiral is being drawn from the center. Why do you not want to show me a border? What's happening here? What's going on? Why am I not seeing a border? Oh, because it's surrounding the path. Okay, I'm going to need to create a frame for this. So let's do frame. Let's go width. Let's just go 64, height 64. Maybe that's too small. Let's go, yeah, let's double that. A little too small. Okay, so I've got this is how it works with from the center. Your standard is going to give you a spiral that ends about halfway here. So knowing that, what I need to do is first of all, let's start with using the trim function so that we can animate the reveal. So this should be fun. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with. I guess I'll make this. Wasn't it supposed to embed? Yeah, I guess that's fine. Okay, this is a VStack. We're gonna make a slider. Value is gonna be trim. It's between 0 and 1. We'll give that a little bit of padding. We're going to create a state property. And then we're going to trim from 0 to trim. And voila. That's fun. Now I'm trying to remember, where does it start? Does it start like if we come over here? I forgot how. I guess it starts on the long end and then curlies at the end there. So I need to do this in reverse, actually. It needs to start. It needs to start backwards. How do we do that? All this time I was starting from the center and going outwards, but now I gotta rein that back in. How are we gonna do that? It starts with paying $49.99 to Steam, I think. Steam sale's still going on, by the way. Not a sponsor. I'm resisting the urge to buy anything else. I've got way too many games to play. Okay. How would... This is an interesting question because the path itself starts from... And this is how the path is defined. By the number of turns. Do you not want to work? Yeah, the equation path, add quad curve to value, a control value. So as you are moving, is generating, well, it's generating that. So again, starting from the center. Is there a way that we can tell SwiftUI to start from the end? I don't know if there is. I don't know. How would one do that? I mean, we could like reverse the scale, but all that's going to do is like flip it on its x-axis or its y-axis. One thing that we could do. Oh, I have an idea. This is gonna be terrible. No, I have an idea. Watch this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna trim from 1 minus trim to 1. There we go. That was easy. Sweet. Okay, so there you go. If you want to draw a path in reverse, just flip the trim, and voila, we are starting from the end. Now, can we? It'd be nice if we could recreate this right here. This is kind of like shooting from up here and then going that way. Ideally, we could do some rotation here. So I believe the rotation has to happen first. We're gonna go degrees. We'll go minus 90. Oh no. Let's set the trim to be 1 for now so that we can see it in full. Man, I've missed this, you guys. It's been a very long time since I've tried to recreate something like this. This is super fun. You know what happened? I stopped doing this when I started getting serious about publishing an app. And then, well, that took forever. By the way, I just released an update to Pistachio. Go ahead and check it out on the App Store now. I'm going to plug it. Here we go. New version fixes some bugs and hopefully improves the UI UX a little bit. Okay, we're gonna make this a 135 situation here. That's close. I forget, like when we're in this when we're in the observatory, I'm guessing time stands still. We don't really, nothing happens until we leave the planet, right? Because we've been, yeah, I think a cycle would have gone by now. Or maybe it's close. What we could do is we could make a fun clipping shape. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, this whole thing. Well, let's stay on target. Okay, so we've got our first one, and then we need to construct another one right over here. So we're gonna make another one, and again, this is based on the center, which kind of makes it weird because depending on the frame size, we'll just make them the same frame size for now. They're gonna be both 256. We'll clean this up later. We're gonna make it. We'll make it proper. We're doing a proof of concept first here. So we'll make another one. Work in progress. I guess we need to we need to make 2 trim variables. One for the first, one for the second. Okay, so I'm gonna just double this. And I'm going to rotate you. We'll go 90. Oh, that's interesting. We'll do 2 sliders. One for trim 1, one for trim 2. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to flip this, I think. Well, let's start with 0. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna flip it 90. Well, because it has to go out. Yep. Okay, so we have to do rotation. We have to do a scale. This is going to be -1. I'm going to offset this baby. We're going to go CG size, width. Let's go 100. Okay. We're going to go 128. 128. We're going to scale the X by -1. Yeah, there we go. Let's do rotation, let's go 45, -45. And we'll put your height down by -100. Oh, I mean positive 100. Whoops-a-daisy. Oh, that could have been disastrous. Starting to look okay, I suppose. Let's go -70. Needs more rotation, I think. Let's go -70. Okay, now we can offset by 80. Let's get rid of the border. Can I not just make color purple gradient as its own thing? Does it have to be like a fill color for something else? Is that what I'm seeing here? I can't do this? Let me see if I can do this in iOS. I feel like I should be able to. What's going on with this? Come on now. I can't? I have to do a rectangle. Fill. Color purple dot gradient. Well, la-di freaking da. That purple's not purpley enough. I think I might have to have something behind it. Opacity 0.5. And then background is going to be black. Okay. Stroke is going to be color dot colo. Hi-fi cyan. It's really, it's probably just like lighter purple. Not really. What does Hades purple look like? Oh, that's actually better. Okay, we're gonna darken this a little bit. Feels like maybe it should be blue, not purple. Okay, that's a little bit better. We're going to do a little line width of 3 here. Make it a little bit fattier. Yeah, I think time stands still while we're chilling in here, which is delightful. Got to drop off. I'll catch the VOD later. Good luck with it. Thank you, Cocotype. Thanks for the idea. This is super fun. I'm excited to finally be doing this redemption for you. I know it's been a long time. You've been waiting, so appreciate your patience. So, what we'd like to be able to do is animate this automatically. So maybe with like a tap of a button, we see string 1 happen. And then with another tap, we see string 2 happen. That'd be kind of a fun thing. Okay. So yeah, this is proof of concept. We'd like to be able to make it even more fun, which we'll do. I would like to. What's happening here? Oh, I see. There we go. Okay, so clearly it's not just a nice straight line path, right? It's got some squigglies in here, and we got to figure out how we're gonna do something like that. Now this seems like it would be a job better suited for, say, like a shader, to be honest, but there are some other things that we could try. We could create our own like speckled path that we could draw on. We could do some sort of grainy mask, perhaps. Maybe some noise image that we could mask or do like a reverse mask with the shape of the spiral. I'm trying to think if there's something that we already have in the project that we could use. I recall that we had something actually going on with the Firefly pendant where we were drawing some what was it? It was like a spotlight effect or something that was causing, or the CI filter was like all like crazy. Go find it. Probably have it. We could just use that. This Firefly pendant that we just looked at. I had commented something out because this CI filter view here. When I had it, it did this. What is this? What filter is this? A halftone filter. It looks somewhat similar. What is this Rustify thing? Well, I can put that in my back pocket for now. I feel like this actually has to start lower. Here, let's offset this by 80. Maybe even 90. Oh, I think that's better. Let's go 95. And then the width offset is going to be, we'll go 70. And got to rotate it a little bit more, I think. Just to kind of match the energy here, what we see on the, and then then we deal with the offset a little bit more. Yeah, the fine tuning offset. I miss these days, man. When I knew almost nothing about how to draw a path. Okay. So here's the dealio. What we need is, so we have these two spirals. We could make a third. We could do some extra credit. Where would that go? I guess that could be, which way would that be? It could be this way. Yeah, we could make this as complex as we want. But before we make any more loops, we're going to figure out our animation situation. Animation situation is, instead of a slider dictating where the trim is, we're going to use animation. And I think that we should try using an animation phase sequence. That would be probably the way to go for modern SwiftUI animations. And it's been a minute since I've made one of those, so let's see what that would look like. So basically, how have something like this in the project already. Is it animation phase? Is that what it's called? Yeah, here we go. Star Fox ship. What did we do here? Let's take a look. Animation phase. I'm actually shooting a... Oh, wow. Oh, you guys remember this one? Oh, man. Okay, yeah. So here we are with our Star Fox. It's actually shooting bullets here. Let's see what that looks like here. Let's see if we can commandeer. Takes me back. Yeah, man. When did we do this? This was January of 2024. So long ago. And so what did we do? We had an animation phase. We had a vertical offset. We had an opacity, and then we had, what did we do here? All the way down. Looks like we had a phase animator. And then the trigger is animating. And it was a tap gesture where we were, oh my gosh, look at the indentation on this. This is just cruel. Content value in, content offset, opacity, and then animation. We said it was linear with a duration of 0.2. Is that the API? The API is phase animator, phases, view builder, content, animation. The sequence of phases to cycle through ensure that the sequence isn't empty. If it is, SwiftUI logs a runtime warning and also returns a visual warning as the output view. The trigger is the value whose changes cause the animator to use the next phase. Okay, so the content is offset, opacity, animation, linear duration 0.2. And the trigger is animating. Is there only one phase animator modifier, or do we have a few? Oh, we've got a few. This one is for phase animator, phases, trigger, content, animation. This one is for phases, content, animation, no trigger. It changes continuously. So what I'm thinking is, for us, we probably want it to be the trigger type, because that would replicate the user like moving on to the next thing. So we're gonna keep this version, and I'm gonna do a thing that I should have done a long time ago, which is make this a private enum on this file, so that it doesn't clash with other. Oh, look at that! The build failed because some other thing was using it. What? What else is using? Oh, okay, whatever. For iOS? My Mac? Just use any of them, man. Hey, Holy Roman Empire, how you doing? Last final grade is in with an 89. Congratulations. That's awesome. Well done. How do you feel? Very cool. Congrats. That's awesome. Well done. All right, we're going to make an animation phase here. We're going to say the case is going to be I guess first and second. We don't need a reset, do we? Case, we're at a vertical offset. We're gonna do trim 1. Case first. Wait. Case second, case reset, return 0. Case first, return 1. going to do a trim 2. And this is going to be case first and reset, and case second is going to be returning 1. And so what this animation phase does is it will cycle through these different cases from the triggers. And we have these computed properties that will provide us with the values used to animate. You're tired? Yeah, I bet. All that studying, taking the test, probably burned a bunch of calories too. Just sweating it out, right? So congrats to you. What are you going to do now that you're all finished? Well done. Okay, we're going back here just for a reference here. Man, it's great having these previous projects to go back on, because you can, like, how did I do that again? Oh, yeah. So we have something called phase animator. And then our content. So the phase animator is placed on the thing itself that we're trying to animate. Phase animator, content, offset, opacity, animation. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put a phase animator on each of the spirals. So we have rotation is fixed. Our trim is going to be, we're going to take that out. And then we have to do a stroke, line width 3. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a minute. How are we going to do this? This is a shape, right? So I'm going to do a phase animator on, so trigger, I got to do a, hold on a minute. Content, it's not offset. It's trim. From 1 minus value dot trim 1 to 1. Okay, value of type placeholder content view with the rotated shape work in progress dot spiral has no member trim. Okay, I see. I see what's happening. So the content is a rotated shape. We put a phase animator on our rotated shape. Our content is going to be, let's see, this trim is, hold on. Value of type placeholder content view with a generic type of rotated shape with the work in progress spiral has no member trim. So this is not letting us, this is not giving us access to the actual shape trim value, which means what we need to do is we're going to need to pass this into a custom view instead that's in charge of let's see, we got rotation, we got scale, we got offset, we got trim. So all of these things, rotation and scale and offset and trim, are going to need to be part of this new view, because then we'll pass in that value to the custom view. Since we can't use methods that are shapes on content. Content is a view, not a shape. Even though in actuality the stuff underneath is a shape, we're not privy to that information, and so what we need to do is provide provide a modifier that way. How are we going to do this? Even if we do a modifier that sec. Let me think about this. How am I going to be able to let this opaque type know to pass in a value that would modify it? I might have to do an extension on view where content is conforms to shape. Can we do that? So let's just look at the trim function. Oh, come on. Here, let's comment this out for a second so that we can actually read the documentation. Okay, so this trim, we're gonna look at the documentation here and see what Madam Ruby sees. This is an extension on shape. This says inlineable, non-isolated public function trim from start fraction to end fraction, and it returns some shape. This is an extension on shape. It's not an extension on view. But perhaps what we could do is create an extension on view where content conforms to shape. Does that work? Where content conforms to shape? Cannot find type content in scope. Let's see. View has associated type body. So can I say public protocol view associated type body? So can I say? Hold on a second. Are there other? Are there other extensions on view that look at the content? I guess view modifier, because we could do a view modifier. Let me see something. Where body conforms to shape. Does this work? Oh, it does. It does. Hey there, Golden Joe. How you doing? Did all the present deliveries go smoothly this year? You know, there was a little bit of a hiccup in Eastern Europe, but we made it work. You know. I don't Anything you find good in the stocking this year? Extension view where body conforms to shape. So if we are able to say is it content or is it how do we do this? Does this even make any sense? Func trim please from CG float to CG float. We'll just say self.trim from to. Does that work? Value type self has no member trim. So where body conforms to shape, do we say body.trim? I don't think that works. It would need to be It'd have to be a view modifier, right? We'd have to be like, here, hold on a second. Do this. We're going to call this a view trim, which is a view modifier. Again, this might be totally the wrong way to do it. That's okay, they're Android users. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask. How much RAM is Xcode using on my machine? Currently on my machine, Xcode is using 1.15 gigabytes. That can't be right. And yet it is. I'm currently using 1.15 gigabytes of RAM on 17 threads. But I don't have anything. I mean, I've got a window open, but I'm not actually like running anything. That's what it says. Now, if I were building and running, let's see what that would do. Wait, hold on. A sim render server, iPhone 17 Pro is at 352 megabytes. Here, let me go ahead and build and run. Oh, it's going to fail me. How does this go again? Body, content. Here we go. Struct where body conforms to. Does that work? Where clause cannot be applied to a non-generic top-level decoration. Oh, okay. Well, if content is shape, content as shape, can I do this? Trim from 0 to 1. Type any shape cannot conform to view. Only concrete types such as structs, enums, and classes can conform to protocols. Required by a static method build if where content equals any shape. Okay. I wonder how much preview drives that up. Yeah, a little bit. Let me. Yeah, usually there's a lot of separate processes that you got to track in Activity Monitor. Okay, so currently I have a simulator going. I got a Windows server at 1.7 gigs, Xcode at 1.2, Sim Metal host at 239 megs, Sim Render server at 352 megs, Sim Metal host, I got like 3 of those. LLDB RPC servers at almost 3 gigs. I will say that my entire system as a whole is currently running 50 gigabytes of memory. OBS is running almost a gig. Source kit service is like 500 megs. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, we're going to put a stop to this. And yeah, this is interesting. So the stuff that I can animate, anything that a view can see, offset, opacity, etc. But if something is a shape, that's a little bit more difficult using an animation phase. Let's see. There's an extension on view. wonder if I could replace it in its entirety. So we have something called a placeholder content view. And it only gives us an opaque body type. You don't use this type directly. Instead, SwiftUI creates this type on your behalf. We have a placeholder text shape style. Don't know if that's what we want. We may need to just go old-fashioned animation here. I thought that perhaps Phase Animator could give us some leeway here, but it looks like it's treating the entire thing as a view that I can't really poke around in. Just a little bit of layout adjustments while I was just kind of like looking at the documentation. All right, so that's what we got right now. Currently, we can manually adjust the trim with these sliders, but my goal was to be able to animate them both in succession without the need for using those old school .animation view modifiers. You know what I mean? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to what I had before. Rotation, trim, add a scale, add an offset. I guess I didn't do any offset on this first one, did I? Yeah. So this is what I want to animate. I want to animate it going from 0 to 1 and then 0 to 1. It'll be trigger-based delay. It'll be trigger-based animation. So I'll need two modifiers, basically. Gosh, I really wish that I could get Phase Animator to work. SwiftUI, Phase Animator on shape. So developerapple.com has a sample tutorial called Animating Shapes. But I don't believe that they use phase animator. They're just using a with animation block, just the classic way of doing it. Which, yeah, on up here. We could do it this way. I don't like this. And the stroke has to happen here before the with animation. I guess it could go here. We can do a task. Okay, let's try this. So with animation, we'll go. We could go in, ease out, ease in, out. Duration of 1. And this will just be, I guess it has to be value. Trim. Whoops. Is that not right? Trim equals 1. Command. What was it? Option P? Oh, it started out. Oh, here we go. No, trim has to be 0 because I did it in reverse. Oh, yep. Okay, I got it now. Hold on. Okay, trim is equal to 1. There we go. So, and then I guess with a trigger we could say we could do it this way. This would be, this is not ideal. Delay. Wait, how do we do it? It needs a delay. Where's the delay? Delay 1. Where'd you go? Oh, trim 2. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. So it's not ideal. It's kind of hacky, because this one, well, this second one depends on a delay, and you know it's not that great. It'd be better if we could use a phase animator, but unfortunately, these modifiers, or this value here, no, hold on a second. We still could do. No, we don't have access to state properties inside this closure, as far as I know. For the view itself, I don't think we do. Yeah, that's a bummer. right? So like I want to access trim 1 and trim 2 from animation phase, but inside these closures, I only get the content, which is the view itself, but I don't know like what it is. So I wouldn't be able to mess with these states. So yeah, it's just gonna be the traditional one for now. That's fine. This is a proof of concept. All good. Hey, time to sleep, says Compile Dev. I've stayed up way too late for this old body the past couple of days. Yeah, you've been doing a lot with your vacation time. You've been playing some games. You've been doing some projects. So yeah, you've earned it, man. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Congrats on first again. Thanks, passed some of my hardest classes to date. Now I'm jamming Far Cry 3. Ooh, I love that game. That's a great game. What was that over there? Did you guys see that weird... whatever that was? Okay, so instead of task with animation, where it first appears, it'd be cool if we did a button tap and it did that instead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create instead a state property called isAnimating, and I'll say is false. And now this is going to be it's going to be animation. What is this placeholder content view? Applies the given animation to all animatable values within the body closure. What is this? What is this new thing? Content.opacity is active. 1, 0. Yeah, again, just a standard property of a view. It doesn't really let us do... Yeah, I don't like that one at all. Get out of here. Animation. Nobody wants to play with you. This one. Ease in out. Duration 1. Value is animating. Trim equals 1. Extra trail and closure pass and call. Yes. A view that applies animation to this view whenever value changes. Okay, so what I have to do here is I have to say is animating question mark and instead of 1 minus trim it has to be, am I animating 0, otherwise 1, like that. Got it. So now I'm gonna need we're gonna do an overlay. Oh, you guys can't see me because of my stupid head. Here we go. We're gonna do overlay. Overlay alignment. Top. button. Animate. Animate is animating. Toggle. Okay. So I press that, then it does this thing. Let's go back out. All right, cool. So animation ease in out duration 1 value is animating. We're gonna do a delay is animating question mark 1 otherwise 0. I don't know if this will work. Animate, delay, animate, immediate, 0, 1. Okay. We're gonna do the same thing over here on this guy. So instead of task, we're gonna say, hold on. Is animating question, I guess 0, 1. Yeah, so instead of trim 2 and whatever, is animating 1, 0. Okay, here we go. Ready? Tap. Tap again. Whip. Whip. Oh, okay. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Very nice. Okay, let's delete the commented code here. And I guess let's get rid of the sliders because we don't need those anymore. And here we go. Very peaceful music here. I love that we are perfectly safe as long as we stay inside the observatory. Okay, that means we can make a third one, yeah? Let's make a third one. Get rid of task. It'd be kind of cool to have those light things, whatever those are. It'd be a little difficult to do. Okay, we're gonna make number 3. Where should we put this? Oh, this is gonna be hard too. Here, we're gonna keep this open. Ah, nuts. Okay. I forgot that trim and trim 2 don't count. Unless I trick the system. There, I define you to be 0 all the time. There we go. Okay, now a third one. Where are we going to place this? This needs to be... I'm thinking down here, maybe? We can make it also an X scale. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go, we'll do offset 195, and we're going to go minus 60. We'll keep it 0 for now. Let's rotate 120, 130, 140. I like that one. Okay. Let's go. Cool. We're at 128, 128, so it's about the same. Let's make it smaller just for sort of variety. It's not too much smaller. Let's go 155. So then we're going to be bringing this up a bit. Oh yeah, that's cool. Pardon. We're going to go, I guess we'll go 120. Just kidding, 110. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right, now we're going to try this. Cool. And then can we do a little bit of a all right, so this whole thing, could we do a clip shape to make it interesting? Clip shape, we'll do a trapezoid. No, we need it to cut it off like. Hello, Puppet. What's up, Mono? How you doing? Let's do Diamond. Diamond Dog?
My cat's breath smells like cat food.
Thanks, Mono. Okay, Diamond Dog cameo from... there we go. That's, it's got a little bit of... looks like it could be some broken piece of ruin or whatever. We'll do a background. Wait, hold on. Clip shape. Background. Color dot. Arkham purple. Yeah, okay. What's up, Nicholas? How you doing? How about some glow effects. Right? Shoot, I feel like this needs to be... I'm looking at the, well, let's look back in game. I want to see what this actually... So, like, it starts from, like, here. I forget, like, do they start at, like, a boundary when they draw? Or is it just starts wherever? Man, I should have given you my database file yonks ago, but hey, that was Glur's idea. You know what? I didn't know. Yeah, I guess I should have asked for it a long time ago. I think I did say something like, "Do you remember what you were doing before the update?" But it never occurred to me to try to get you to download the container and send it instead. Yeah, your database was not not ready for production. that's for sure. I'm super glad though, because I was dreading the response. I was like, okay, test it. I hope it works. And you're like, nah, it still crashed. I was like, why? I tried everything. Every possible permutation I tested with vigor. Rigorous attempt. To be honest, I didn't even know that was possible. Yeah, it's a nice trick. So Adam Wolf was the one who got me hooked on the idea to like take different snapshots and test against those. That was super helpful, because then I was like, okay, I have like a working copy of the database, like as it is in version, 0.5 point whatever. Under these circumstances, we can test a migration. And yeah, just like having a snapshot at all those times, it was very helpful for testing. Oh, Nicholas, are you dealing with database issues right now? Oh man, I'm so sorry. That's rough. Nutter, you can't migrate, stupid. I don't think I said it in those words. Yeah. Props to Adam for that. I moved from Firebase to Supabase, all fixed now, thankfully. Oh, congrats! Yeah, I've been meaning to do a Supabase for a personal project as well. So you were able to fix the problems. That's awesome. Stay away from Swift data. You can't. You don't know what you don't know, right? I know there are a lot of people that warned me online. They're like, Swift data is not ready for production. I was like, I'll show you. I'm going to go by the book. By book. Yeah, unfortunately, the Swift docs don't, or the Swift data docs don't tell you how to fix the problems. They say, just create your model with classes and you're good to go. It's so easy. Don't mix Swift data and CloudKit. Okay, so this is the thing that I'm worried about. So I know that there are a couple of gotchas with Swift data, which is you can't have unique attributes if you want to work with CloudKit, right? That's one. Second is you can't have, what was it? Oh gosh. Like all of my properties are codable. What's the other thing? The other gotcha. Yeah, you can't have unique attributes. Sorry, that's the first thing that I meant to say. None of your attributes can be unique. That won't work. The other Swifties were very keen on that GRDB. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do need to take a look into that, and that's probably once I finally finish my schema, like understanding exactly how it's supposed to work, then maybe I can do a transition away from Swift data. I don't know, because one of the things I'd like to do for this project is to be able to do CloudKit integration so that people can access their drawings on more than one device. You know what I mean? R2 ADHD2. What's up? How you doing? Wait, Swifty's here presumably does not mean the dedicated fandom of world-renowned recording and performing artist Kanye West. I mean Taylor Swift. Yes, that's correct. R2. Although there is a Venn diagram. There are those who like both. Thank you for the setup. I appreciate it. Well, the iOS Swifties have a tendency to also be Taylor Swiftie fans too. Yeah, that's the thing. I am in the minority. I am not. I am not an avid listener. I do concede that she writes catchy songs. So, and her business acumen is outstanding. That said, that Venn diagram is almost circular. Yeah, I guess I'm an outlier. I don't know. It's all good, though. No hate. When you start building an app, you do have to ask yourself, are you ready for it? Yeah. Well, is that a lyric that I'm too non-Swifty to understand? All good. All right, let's do a glow effect, you guys. I wanna be able to have some stuff going on inside here that's more than just a line. I gotta figure out what would be a good way to do that. You know, I could do. Actually, now that I think about it, we've done something similar with the Arkham design, right? Arkham Asylum Batman logo. It was a sponge filter? No, not this one. Oh my gosh, I remember this. Painstakingly creating points by points. Why is this all commented out? What did I do here? What happened here? Okay, so let's see what's going on with this. What did I... Not you. What is this slider for? Amount. Sponge filter. Base hatching. Amount. Size. Stencil. Batman logo. That maybe could work. Hatching sponge filter. Oh gosh, this is a random position. Okay, don't look at this code. This code is awful. It's a seeded random number generator, though. Maybe I'm okay. Let's just grab it. Stencil Batman logo. Rotation clip shape circle. Why is this? What does the stencil do? Add path, stencil, path in. Okay, so if I did a stencil of a spiral, maybe this would work. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see what this looks like. I wasn't ready to have customers. You got customers? Congrats. Hey, that's a great problem to have. There you go. Right on. The Compile Swift podcast first-time listeners were very shocked when there was no mention of a tailor. It's been a huge year for Swifties. Spends 45 minutes talking about whatever the heck Xcode is. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We could do it a couple different ways. Base hatching. Gosh dang it. What does this do again? What was the hatching for? Give me the hatching. The original shape is the base. The number of sponge holes, the size of the sponge holes, the shape of the sponge hole. Oh, the stencil is the shape of the hole. Got it. Got it. Okay. We got this. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to do trim stroke, and this is... Does the base have to be a shape? Yes, it does have to be a shape. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. Because as soon as I do a stroke with the... Oh, I know how we could do this. Hold on a second. We could say this is... We could say let base 1 equals work in progress spiral, rotation degrees, and then this is a shape. Yes, so I could say shape is base 1. And then we could say, let's just say 50, whatever that means. Size 75. Stencil could be, sure, it could be the Batman logo. And what we'll do is we'll say sponge filter. Hold on. Stroke line width 3. Which is still some shape, right? It's still a shape. Yeah. And then what we can do is we can say we're a sponge filter. It's already rotated, it's already trimmed, it's already stroked. And then what we'll do is we'll say foreground style color.hades purple frame, just like that. That did not give me what I want. It was immediate. Okay, that sponge filter isn't going to work. We'll do size 5. No. Okay, so this idea is not going to happen. I think because why? Why won't it? What's the problem? Random positions, sponge, add path, stencil path in, add path. But it's a base shape, so why would it not animate? Does sponge filter need to provide an animation property? Maybe that's why. What in the... That's not what I was looking for. Hey! Asu, how you doing? Fellow mobile dev, welcome. How you been? Welcome to the channel. I'm trying to do something clever here and I'm totally botching it. So this is what we have right now. This fun little animation. And what I was trying to do was provide a little bit of fuzziness to the stroke using a sponge filter that I've used in the past. I suppose what I could do is... Oh, you know what? Could I do a clip shape sponge filter? Base 1? Oh, I have to do all of these arguments? Come on now. Stencil circle. Let's see what that does. Absolutely nothing. If I mask it. Nope. I think what the issue is... What is the amount? 100. 1. Stencil. Let's do well, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, you know what it was? It was a hatching is what it was. Right? I think we did a hatching. Could do mask hatching. Spacing 20. Okay, that did something. Well, let's do clip shape actually. Oh, that's completely... Hold on. What did Arkham do? Angle degrees 90. Let's do this. I don't think this is going to work, but I want to give it a shot. Clip shape, hatching. Oh, okay. That's something. It's not great, but we're just playing here. It's fine. Let's do spacing 10. Better. Line width 4. Okay, now it's just looking like a weird dash pattern. And I can make those. Actually. What if we did that instead? Yeah, instead of clip shape, what if I did... Mono with the gift sub? Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Doing good yourself. Doing great. Mostly using Jetpack here in Kotlin. Ah, Mono saw Kotlin and got super excited. Kotlin Jetpack devs unite. Well, thank you, Mono. I appreciate that very much. I was triggered. Okay, I just need to get 10 more people per stream coming in saying that they like Kotlin, and dude, Mono's gonna bankroll my entire streaming career. This is gonna be great. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay here. Welcome. This is a special stream tonight. I am finally fulfilling a channel point redemption from one of our mods who gave me 50,000 points like almost a year ago now. It's probably been a year to do this little project here. I'm changing my trigger phrases. Thanks for saying I was doing stuff. Now you know. Oh no. I'm also coding in the background. Really appreciate this. Yeah. Most of us are feverishly working on our own side projects while we heckle our fellow dev streamers. So you're in good company. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. And thanks again, Mono. It was really nice. Kotlin. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cheat, and I'm going to just use a custom dash pattern. Again, this is a rough draft. I think for us to really do this justice, we would need to create our own rendering path coordinate system. Like really truly create a Nomai writing system, which maybe we'll get around to that someday. Doing everyone's favorite part of app dev, doing screenshots and app store setup. About to put my KMP app into review tonight. Oh, grats, Mono. Yeah, screenshots are not fun. I agree. Holy Roman Empire, now that you're done yelling at the code you had to write for school projects, you can pursue your true passion, yelling at the code you write for personal projects. Yes. One of us. If you're not audibly cursing out your code base, are you really a dev? I don't enjoy the screenshots part of app submission. Yeah, it's the hard part is like making it look good with like real looking data. I think that's what is a helpful thing about previews, SwiftUI previews, is that you can put together some mock data. The trick is to be able to take a screenshot of that, convert that to something that then you could upload to the store, rather than having to like, take a screenshot of your actual device or of a simulator with data that may not look great. You just use Rocket Sim. Yeah, I've heard that's a great tool for creating screenshots. I personally haven't used Rocket Sim, but I know a lot of people who do, who swear by it, who really love the features. I don't like this this other loop. I think it's too much like this one. I want it to go a little bit higher. Let's rotate it a little bit more. Oh, what have I done? You're supposed to be... Oh, I know why. Gosh dang it. It's supposed to be 0, 0. And you're supposed to be trim. There we go. All right, I'm going to bring you... maybe more? Yeah, almost like it's... Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I like this more. I'm going to bring you up then. Offset is going to go down to 60. Ooh, that actually might be too much, actually. I just realized. It may not look like an actual... let's do a 180. Okay, that's better. We'll go 75. 73. There. Okay, yeah, that's just a little bit different than this one over here. So I'm okay with it. Most of the time. I joined the test flight testing list, so I use it. Nice. Okay, what were we going to do? We were going to create a stroke style. Let stroke style equals stroke style. Where the line width is 3 and the dash is going to be, let's say, 14, 5, 3, 4, 2. Yeah, see, that's... These gaps aren't nice, though. We don't really want gaps. We'll do 5, 3, 2, 2, 4, 2, 3, 1. There we go. A little bit better. And then we'll just do stroke style on all these the same. There. Okay, now we got a little bit of suspension of disbelief here. Now what we want to do is we want to provide some sort of... I guess we could do a little bit of a glow effect. Shadow radius 2. Color what? Move radius 1. We'll do X 1. Y2. That blurs it a little bit, which, is that okay? It's probably okay, yeah. There we go. That was interesting. Okay, so when it animated, it was like moving while it was happening. Did you guys see that? That was kind of odd. Try that again. Yeah, like huh. That was unexpected. Okay, so when it draws the path, it's affected by the trim. And because the trim is being done in reverse, is that why? Maybe that's why. So this glow thing, maybe with a maybe not have an offset. Try you. It still does it though. I think we could figure this out by the way that we do ring. So ring uses so the repeat count will so the repeat is constant. I don't know how it works with the trim though. I think it's actually okay with a trim. If we did ring example, oh, I can't. Sorry for that. Bleep. If we did, so the dash is this, and then the ring is applied style, inset by path, stroked path, add path. Yeah, I'm going in the weeds here. I'm just trying to not having the dash pattern move while we animate the trim. And I don't yet know if it's because I'm trimming in reverse or because it needs to be a normalized dash pattern, like what we have here in the ring. The thing is, with the normalized dash pattern, it is exploiting the fact that the length never changes. Because the applied style is basically, I see what is my repeat count. I've got my style dash and dash phase, and I say, okay, my circumference is 2 pi times my radius. And then my dash phase is going to be mapping the circumference times the value divided by all of the dash together, sum together, multiplied by the count. It's just a way to ensure that for a given repeat count that I always have that, no matter what the size of my ring is. And I wanted to apply it to an arbitrary path. But the problem with that is that we can't guarantee the length of an arbitrary path. I mean, we do know what the spiral path is because it's a function of the radius, but like getting the length of that is the whole thing. And that's not really what I don't want to spend all my time doing that. I just want this to look decent. I don't know. I'm just going to use my slightly competent Figma skills to fudge it. For your screenshots. Now, the most important question for you that you may ever answer. Should I release this app version as 1.0 now? Oh, no. Or No, it may get rejected or I find prod issues, so I should release the first version as 0.9 and first bug fix becomes 1.0. You are the master of the 1.0 release string. Shoot. So if you ask someone like CocoType, he'll be like, just create a year, month, date release. None of this 1.0 stuff is what he'll say. Semantic versioning be gone. Be gone. Be whatever. You know what I mean? Ship it, says Nicholas. It's really up to you. I think I think my issue of like releasing pre 1.0 stuff is just because it's just self-doubt. And just the idea that like, oh, I didn't have the feature set that I actually wanted to include in what I would consider a 1.0 version. But that's me getting hung up on details, and I think I also don't like the year, month, date thing. I agree with you, Mano. It shows how long since my last release. I see. So either way, there's shame, right? If you don't release 1.0, then you're telling your customers that you've got a half-baked product. Uh-oh. They're on to me. Right? But if you ship 1.0 as your first version and then you use semantic versioning for what it's designed to do, bug fixes 1.0.1 or new feature that's not backward compatible breaking 1.1, right? If you use it for what it's for, then it shouldn't matter. This is me needing to heed my own advice. I have a personal thing of this is the v3.0 release because it's a huge change with lots of new features. It's an emotional thing. Yeah, I completely get it. I understand. I think it's almost up there with what should I name my my classes? What should my app icon look like? Personal branding for a product that nobody knows about. All those things that mean so much to you, right? Because like it's an extension of yourself as a developer. It's like if you were an artist and you were presenting your a piece that you've been working on for months and years, you have this dichotomy of I want to share it with the world, but I also am worried that that the world is going to hate it and therefore hate me. So I think it's a little piece of that in something as simple as a version number. I get it. It makes sense to me. Let them hate, says Holy Roman Empire. Yes. If you feel good about it, or if you see the potential and you're like, man, I can't wait for it to reach like what my vision is for that and be excited to call it 1.0, then you know you can go for that too. Right? Oh wow, that kind of stuttered a little bit, didn't it? Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of this this dash thing. Well, let's take off the shadow. I think the shadow is also convoluting it a little bit. Like at work, I'm releasing 9.0.0 in January, the full SwiftUI rewrite. So proud. 9.0, that's pretty cool. It's been around for a while. Oh yeah, see this thing is happening even without the shadow. It's the issue of trim is affecting. It shouldn't. I feel like it shouldn't affect it, but yet here we are. Okay. What if we do this? Oh, blast. I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to make a new one up here. Okay, ready? This is going to be out of this world. It's going to be, oh, where's my offset? Just give me an offset! He's spinning the ball in his fingers! Oh, will you look at that? You guys see that? Look at how it did not shift. Let's make this duration larger. Okay, we're gonna say let duration double equals 10.0. Just something really crazy. Okay. 10. Delay is animating 0. 2 times duration is animating 0. 2 times. I said times, not 8. That's a right triangle, you idiot. Don't. All right. So this top one right here, this one is being trimmed from 0 to 1. Watch what happens. This guy right here. See how his path doesn't change, whereas these other guys look like they're like growing into themselves because their trim is swapped. What is up with that, man? Oh, and then finally this guy at the end. See how the pattern moves with itself? It doesn't do that with the first one. That's trimming from 0 to the animated value. Yeah, like it's like it's sheathing and unsheathing, right? Like the actual, I'm pointing it, you can't see me point. Look at the end. Look at the end. It's staying the same. It's staying the same, right? So the actual path that's being drawn hasn't changed. It's just the fact that because the trim is starting from the opposite side, that it gives this illusion of movement. Whereas what I really want to have happen is this first one here. I don't want it to look like a choo-choo train that's moving while it's appearing. That's a little bit difficult. And that really is just the way I think I'm limited by the technology of my time. I'm limited by the fact that I'm starting in the center of the spiral as my path. Anyone who fails to understand my genius can rot with the rest of the rabble. That's right, Golden Joe. That's right. Oh, I've been at the same job 9 years. 1 major version bump per year on average. Neat. That's pretty cool. If only Windows 11 was the 11th year and not just some random number. I won't torture myself with Apple animation libraries unless absolutely necessary. Try moving the stroke. Moving the stroke. Can you explain what you mean by moving the stroke? You mean the offset? you change the offset as it animates. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. But what if I were to pass off these crusty burgers as my own? Something's wrong with this. Duration. Is animating? 0. 2 times duration. Duration. 1. Oh, 1 times duration. Uh-oh, what was this supposed to be? I think it's supposed to be that. Yeah. There we go. So, please don't make comments about Windows 11. Sorry. I'm back with my parents and I had to transition them to a new laptop because Windows 10 died and it's a whole thing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Parents' tech problems, trying to put them in a home. Now's your chance. Not a concrete idea, but in SwiftUI, the order that we chain view attributes can mess up the animation. So maybe the dash stroke style needs to be applied somewhere that won't be affected by moving, either beginning or end. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Here's the challenge for that. And I see where you're going with this. The trim view modifier is a shape only view modifier. And once you hit the animation view modifier, it turns into a view. And then you can't put trim on a view. That was the thing that I was trying to do with Phase Animator earlier, to try to get it to apply a phase animation to a shape, but it wouldn't. It's a good idea. But yeah, and you're also right about the order of operations being an issue. Yeah. The only other way I can see this working is if I generate a new spiral path that draws from the outside in instead, which I'm not excited to do. But like I said, this here is a proof of concept. Like, ideally, what we would be doing is drawing a path that was like a web-looking interconnected thing. Or what I could get away with is create some sort of a texture that I could then mask on top of, so that when I stroke the path, it uncovers the pattern underneath. I think that would be step 2. The step 2 would be to generate the texture pattern, which we could do as a SwiftUI shader, or we could use core image filtering, which is what I was looking into earlier on the stream. I was like, oh, what did I do for this thing? And it turned out to be a half tone, semitone generator. What was it called again? Go back. What was it? It was for the Firefly pendant from The Last of Us. Yeah, it was this thing. I was using CMYK halftone filter. Is there no attribute for just setting the stroke direction or something? No, there's not. Yeah, because the stroke is created through just your standard move, line to, curve to commands. And so it bases its next instruction off of the previous point. And so if you're going to create a curve from the outside in instead, you have to your control points have to be like a mirrored image or something like that, reversed. So we would have to like, it would be a whole thing. I'm doing it. First version 1.0, no regrets. Apple, you better not be jerks. Mono, good luck to you. By the way, if they fail it, you can still do 1.0.0. Just the build version will increment. So your 1.0.0 build 1, and then if they reject it, you just submit it still with a 1.0.0, but build number 2. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, for example, mine right now is 0.6.2 build number 8. And in truth, if you ever do like Xcode Cloud build, their CI, you don't get to decide the build number. It auto increments for you. So your version number you control, but the build number just is what it is, and it increments until the end of time, right? You'll never use Xcode Cloud? I confess that I have not used it for my personal projects. I'm on build 3 at the moment. By the end of the review, I reckon I'll be at least build number 20. Listen, I only had one rejection. And it was because... I don't even remember why. But I know that they tested it on an iPad. They always test on an iPad. If they can. They'll do it. I'm a GitHub Action boy. Have you heard about what's going on with GitHub Actions? Even if you're self-hosted, they're going to charge you like a few pennies each time. Oh, I missed your other message, Golden Joe. Sorry about that. One other idea. How are you defining the path? I will show you. I will show you how I define the path. This is in my spiral code, which is you can find it here. /shapes. The path code is generated via the general spiral equation, right? Where the radius is equal to the offset from the center plus some spacing between turns times this theta, which is calculated once when they get the x and y coordinates. We're able to calculate it through this. This is on the I think it's on the Wikipedia page for general spiral equation. So what we do is we say, okay, A is going to be my offset, which I get to define, and whatever my rectangle is, whatever the largest dimension is, and then I say, okay, B is going to be my max radius, which is also defined by my rectangle. And then it's radius divided by 2 pi times number of turns. Then my C is my growth rate. Then I get a theta, 2 pi times the number of turns. And then I basically create an array of these values. And then I say, okay, so I've got my center. And I'm going to say, so I'm going to map all of my angles that branch out as I move from the center and I go outwards in an ever increasing radius. There's my R, my X, my Y, my dr, dx, dy, and then I return my points. And then I take those values and I do a move to, and I do quad curves to all of them. So every time I go to a new point, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do a quad curve from there to there. And my control points are defined by these ratios, B2 minus B1 over M1 minus 2, etc. Yeah, man, that was a little bit of work, but we got it. And it's doing its thing for an Archimedes curve. We've got other spirals that we haven't quite nailed down. But yeah, that's the code. Mano says, so I asked you a question about GitHub Actions. You say, I do more than iOS, so I don't want iOS built in Xcode Cloud. I want them all in GitHub, blocking my PRs when tests fail. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Awful stuff with GitHub Actions. I know, right? Even if you're self-hosted, they're like, well, take some money, please. Dude, Microsoft has had a year of just like raking their customers over the coals. Like, is anybody a proud owner of an Xbox or the Xbox Game Pass? Like, what happened this year? They freaking doubled the subscription price for the Ultimate, increased the price all across the board, took away like a lot of the games out of the library. Made it basically like, we don't want you to be a customer. We actually want you to quit being a customer. Is what their MO seems to be. Real Golden Joe says, what I'm thinking is how it draws the stroke might be some dumb x-axis thing that you can change with the clockwise attribute. So what we... So I could recalculate my control points and put these in reverse. So my values right here are basically just from 0 to theta. So if I swapped those from biggest angle to 0, I would still need to calculate my control points, and I don't think that they would... I think I'd have to mess with that a little bit. But yeah, it might be able to be done that way. But again... the level of effort required to do that versus the other option is I've got the trim thing working in reverse. That was easy to do, and all I need to do, I think, if I'm going the path of uncovering a texture underneath, like if I were gonna go that route, then I'm okay with my current solution. If instead I was drawing an intricate path, that it would need to start from, from the outside most angle backward to the center, then yeah, I would need to come in here and recalculate the control points. Basically a reverse curve. Yeah, probably would have to. Oh, Holy Roman Empire, you have Game Pass? Did you opt for the Ultimate, or are you doing like the PC Game Pass or what? I'm doing PC Game Pass. Microsoft users deserve it. Listen, I only have it so that I can play video games on my PC. I need to be able to justify the purchase of that NVIDIA card from years ago. First app version main PR, 10,000 handwritten lines of code. No AI code gen. Artisanal, locally sourced, grain-fed Kotlin and Swift code ready for the markets. Mod, I'm so proud of you. You're going to kill it, man. If you haven't walked by now, you're just a glutton for punishment. Also true. I agree. I agree. Glad I own a PS5. Oh, man, PS5 is amazing, isn't it, Nicholas? I'm having so much fun with God of War right now, you guys. I can't believe I've been sitting on this for years. It's I know it takes me forever to like do anything, but I'm just so glad that I opened up that box. MS is amazing at turning 30% of our code is written by AI into our latest Windows Update brick computers. Yeah. I think you can flip the coordinates by just doing path in. In a different rect. Quantum Apprentice, what's up? How you doing? I just saw you. Welcome, welcome. You have it, but you didn't finish it. Oh, God of War. Yeah, yeah. I've owned this. This game has been in my possession since, well, for 6 years. Just waiting. Just waiting. Hey, you gonna open up? You gonna play? You gonna play? Yeah, I'll see you in 6 years. Yeah, it's doing great though. Having a ball. Playing tomorrow, by the way. If y'all want to see me play God of War, we're working through it every Saturday. Quantum Apprentice, are you have you played through both of them? Have you played Ragnarok as well? Man, I'm having so much fun with those games. I guess the first one, because I only played the first one, but I suppose that I will also enjoy Ragnarok. MK keeps telling me that it's just as awesome, that he likes them both equally. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna as far as this rendering goes, I'm not worried about it too much. It is kind of funny. Basically, if I wanted to animate a train from the top down, I've already got that working. Choo choo. You've beat the first one a couple of times, but you haven't picked up part 2 yet. Yeah, it was the same way for me with The Last of Us, where I played the first one, loved it, and then like I waited like a year or even more. I don't know what the time span was between playing the first one and the second one, but yeah, there was definitely some delay. Okay. I'm not going to worry about this for now. I will make a note of it though. So this sucks that I can't use it for shapes. To do. Find a way to use animation phase or phase animation for shapes. If there is a way, this would be great. This view trim, view modifier, I'm going to delete this because I got nowhere with it. This is the same thing. That's where I was hoping to go with that. And so what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and make some notes here. So a POC of Nomai writing with animation. So these values like don't actually help me. I'm gonna say currently we use a simple dash pattern to simulate the Nomai pattern. Other options could be create a texture that gets uncovered from the masking of the animated spiral. We could use shaders, which would be a whole other thing. We could, what else could we do? There's really, just taking a look at this again. Wait. If you look at it real closely here, see, like it's definitely something's being generated, and whether that's inside like a texture, like perhaps maybe there's some sort of like fractal-esque pattern like happening that's being generated per pixel, or it could be an SVG path. But I don't know, you guys. What do you think? Is it likely that they would have done this as a vector graphic, or do you think it's done through a shader? I feel like it could be either way. I think the likelihood of it being a shader is bigger because, I mean, that's a lot of lines. That's a very complex SVG string right there. You know what I'm saying? And then it just keeps on going. I feel like, I mean, it looks like it's drawn in such a way that this could be a line two, like this little hexagon-y thing here. Like it looks like a bunch of add line. But then again, that could be easily done in a shader too. easily done in a shader. It kind of looks like Perlin noise to you, but heavily restricted. Oh, like there's some sort of a like a filter going on. Yeah, I'd be very interested in knowing like what the actual implementation is. It just seems so pathy, you know? Like they just look like peaks or something. Can you show more? I mean, this is all I got. This is as close as I can get to it. I guess I could try to zoom in even more, but that's a pretty good representation right there. I mean, you can tell behind it is a texture, right? Like that's a texture behind there, but this seems to be like the way that it gets generated, like the way that it like appears is tells me that it's either path drawing, or it's some sort of a shader technique. The swirls look like a mask over a larger texture. That was going to be my other idea too. Was that? Yeah. Yeah, that's in my notes. Right here. Create a texture that gets uncovered from the masking of the animated spiral or shaders. Yeah, those were my two ideas for how to actually build this. But I think what we have now is, it's a fun little exercise. I would like to make it more. Here, we're gonna do this. Make it a 2-second thing. I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'll just comment it out for now. That's the limit of my knowledge. Yeah, Quantum Apprentice. I think those those seem like very plausible scenarios to me. I think the masking of a texture layer is probably the way to go about it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Anyway, this is fun. Fun little project. Anything else that we can do with this? I guess we could like try to make a nice pattern behind it to kind of to complete the ensemble. These are just concentric squares behind it. Well, there's more stuff in there. Like, some of it's more segmenty, but like a lot of it's just it looks like embossed concentric squares. So we could do some fun pattern with that. Yeah, Outer Wilds. Yeah, have you played this before? It's so fun. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. All right, how would we do that? If we were to go ahead and create a pattern here behind, it's a little fun little texture behind, which is not the main focal point of this project, but what can we do here? So we have this clip shape of a diamond dog. We've got a Z stack. Oh, I know what else I was gonna try. I was gonna try like using an actual SwiftUI canvas to position these. This is kind of limiting because we just have a Z stack and we're using like hard-coded frame values and offsets and stuff. But it would be kind of cool to like put this inside of a canvas instead. Heard about it all over the place. Yeah, it's one of those games where you don't want to know anything about it really before playing it. This thing that we're experiencing right now is like what you experience in like the first hour of the game, so it's not really a spoiler per se. Have I done a tile pattern before? Testing tiled image view. What is this? What am I doing here? What's this? Testing tiled image view. Looks like I'm using SF symbols here. I'm using this and I'm creating Image, rendering mode, template, source rectangle. What am I doing? Created in 2021. Oh, this is image paint. I see. Wait, didn't I do something recently with concentric rectangle? This is an iOS 26 thing, though. Let me see. Let's see what this is. Oh, we could use this. We could definitely use this. Padding uneven, container is uniform, concentric. What? Is uniform fixed, padding uneven, container. Okay, yeah, something like this would be perfect to use. Where is this again? Is uniform fixed. Okay, what? I'm gonna steal what I have here. Let shape equals uneven rounded rectangle. For each concentric rectangle, corners fixed 20, stroke color blue line with 5 padding value. And I'm throwing that in this. And I did that because why? It took 3 hours, but it happened. No way. Okay. Okay, Connor Apprentice. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Huh. All right. Well. All right, so if I use this, if I just used, just had this concentric rectangle thing that's just a for each with a bunch of these things, I could just pepper those all over the place, I suppose. So I think that's what I'll do. Okay. Okay. There was one in particular that I liked. Partial boundary touching. Ah, yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. So I could do something like this, which should be pretty fun. This is partial boundary touching non-uniform. Shape. Oh, group uniform. Just gonna grab this whole thing. Except for the text. Let's grab this. var texture background, some view, and we're just going to do this. Concentric rectangle. Okay, this only works for iOS 26. So you know what, I'm not gonna use a concentric. It'll be okay. Rounded rectangle, corner radius 20. Won't worry about container shape. I guess that's fine. You are a view builder. Texture background. And I'm going to delete you. And we're going to go. What is the first background? Does this work? Background. Texture. Background. Oh, okay. Well, there it is. Oh, what we'll do is we'll do texture background here. Yeah, we don't need a foreground style of anything. There. That'll work. Okay, so these say texture background with a foreground style of gray with opacity of 0.1, 0.3. There we go, 0.3. Perfect. There we go. Throw this underneath the body. And there we go. Go back to I think I'm happy with it. In the spirit of our low poly efforts for these types of projects, I feel good about it. I feel like we did it justice. I hope Cocotype enjoys watching. Maybe when we play the DLC, we could do another SwiftUI project that kind of leans toward a hi-fi approach. Yeah, this was Cocotype's Redeem. I told him, I said, hey, I was thinking of doing this today. You going to be around? He's like, I'll be around to keep my streak. But I think he's on vacation. So, but he said, go ahead and do it. I'll watch the VOD. So I think the finishing touch with the background texture probably helps up the quality a little bit. Almost 4 a.m. here. Going to turn in. Good luck with the rest. Thank you, Golden Joe, for hanging out with me tonight. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you very much for being here. And actually, I think it's time for me to turn in for the night too. I know I started late tonight, but yeah, it's about that time. Yeah, this was a Cocotype redeem. So congrats to Cocotype. We finally did it. It took a long time, but here it is. We all know it takes me a year to do anything. Revenue cat hackathons, 50K point redeemed, shaving, yes. Two of those are related. Fixed Swift data migrations. That took me a month. So progress, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna commit this. So y'all can see it on the GitHubs. Feel free to use it if you'd like. For whatever prize you're looking. Time between Rivals games. Oh, did you log in and get your Christmas tree gift? Make sure you do that. Wait, does this no longer become an issue if I use these new folders in Xcode? Maybe they don't. Huh. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna push this up. So my thanks to Cocotype for the idea. And we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream is God of War. We all know how good Mac is for gaming. Just too good. You're still you're only on your Mac in New Zealand? Ah, shoot. I think it's available for a few days, though, yeah. Yeah, thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time, all right? Bye, everybody.